So, the package was delivered today, but I worked from home just to make sure I wasn't out there on the roads when there was ice on there. I haven't done much ice driving after all. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the update with these because there's only 2 DVDs in that package, and that's just the next season of Neuro Rise of the Yokai King clan. So we can cover that next week, and this week we'll just cover the 3 Japanese imports I got. Okay, I'm actually having trouble getting a hold of that. So first up here, we have Akito the Exiled Volume 2. I don't think this is the most limited edition version of it that was released, but if there was a more limited edition version, then it was out of stock. I say if because I didn't keep track of it, so at best we have what we have here. So why don't we actually go from inside out. We got our slipcover thing here. On the inside, here's the Blu-ray case itself and the disc. And this, as the front of the plastic set, is related to Bandai Visual Club, which makes me wonder because Ghost in the Shell Arise also appears to be labeled in that way. This is okay, it's got random information in it, but it's a bit all in Japanese, except for people's names, mecha's names. So I'm not going to be able to read it, not without accumulating knowledge of Japanese, which I simply do not have, and honestly I'm not that motivated to accumulate. It's a fine language, but the back here, we've got character sketches. There's part of me that wonders if this will get a US release. Maybe that'll happen when all of Akito the Exiled comes out. I haven't had a chance to watch it, Volume 2 yet. I did watch Volume 1 a long time ago, and I vaguely remember what happened. It was okay. More could be watched. It piqued curiosity without feeling like it did anything to really sully the name of Code Geass. And we've got postcards, I guess, but they don't really seem to be for mailing anywhere, so they're very collectible-y. There we go. And I guess I could put it back in the plastic. I'm going to put these back in their plastic, and that's actually pretty easy to do. I mean, I just did it. Putting this back in the plastic, that's something I've actually struggled to do in previous videos. But I haven't had a chance to get at the disc yet, and I'm going to soon, so I'll just set it down. Yeah, I'll leave that up there. And let's look at the secondary thing I mentioned, which is Ghost in the Shell Arise Volume 2, which Funimation imported the first one. I didn't see anything that suggested this one would be, so I went ahead and purchased it. I don't remember what was in the first one. I could dig it out, but to be honest, I'm being a bit lazy. Border 2 Ghost Whispers. It's a bit harder to flip through it, but it looks like it's kind of the same sort of stuff. Character information. Very simple disc, art-wise, but thematically it works with the DVDs, or rather the case. Sorry. And last but not least, this is definitely not the most limited edition version of it, the Steins movie. Now, I do believe all 3 of these should have subtitles. I'm trying to think which ones I verified. Pretty sure this one I did. Akito the Exiled probably just didn't have audio playing on the test player. And this is definitely not the most limited edition version. I think I probably just said it a couple of seconds ago. But I decided not to splurge for this one because I'm also buying this because I want to watch it. And I'm trying to remain reasonable about my spending. So basically, I figured it's going to get a U.S. release eventually. Funimation won't let it get away. So we can see that this adds a back to it. And then here, we've got the case itself. In that case, we have an advertisement for tour. And stuff. There we go. This should be the Steins movie. Once again, I need to dig around in the disc, so I will leave this plastic insert alone, and I won't bore you all with the details of trying to wrestle with it. So there we go. This week's anime DVD collection update. Again, it doesn't include the 2 other things that came out and arrived, but I'm letting that slide today because these imports are kind of important. Not that I'm intending to make a pun, but they just seem notable. What didn't arrive didn't, and there might not be much more wintry weather. So, what did I watch? I don't think I mentioned last week watching So I Can't Play H. And I'm not exactly sure why I chose to watch that one, but it was okay. You know, I think I did mention watching it because I seem to recall saying that I appreciated the kind of perverted male humor it used because it didn't try to play it off as something that all guys do, I guess. Huh. Well, in which case, it means the only new thing I watched this week was Medaka Box Abnormal, which would be the 2nd season of Medaka Box. I thought it was pretty entertaining. This season followed a more shonen-esque sort of formula, but I have to give it a lot of credit. The flow felt very different, kind of more, I don't know, fluid. Like, it didn't feel like it was contriving itself to set it up. It's just more like, it almost feels like it just happened while it was setting it up in the first place. And I'm not sure if that's really explaining things all that well. The truth of the matter is, I'm trying to remember what I did this week other than that, because it kind of surprised me that's all I did. I mean, the weekend I can understand. Had a friend over and we did a bunch of stuff other than watching anime, which concluded in waiting until 7 or 8 a.m. for the Starbound update to happen. Just because we weren't tired and that's the way it worked out. And then, of course, I've been playing Starbound, so the fact that I was watching Medaka Box while doing that is a bit unusual as far as Starbounding is concerned, but it meant that happened. But what about before then? Because I can't remember. It's been a complicated week, and I know that I had been doing things. It's possible I've just been distracted with projects. In which case, it's been a distracting week, so I guess that's why I didn't watch much anime. I can't think of anything notable to talk about or mention in terms of anime releases. If I haven't mentioned, I am definitely looking forward to the April 2nd release of the 3rd Poila Magic Madoka Magica movie, which, even if it's something I import directly from Japan, is going to be English subtitled. And I guess some people were saying that it would be the same English subtitles as were in the movie theater, and those were pretty decent, so I guess I'm looking forward to that. But maybe I already said that. My memory seems to be a bit fuzzy at the moment. So why don't we go ahead and end there before I babble on too much more. And y'all have a nice week.